Hey there YouTube, this is Nathan, part of NC Games and Collectibles. Just bringing you my deck profile from this weekend from Yu-Gi-Oh! Day. It is Yosenju's. I went 4-1 and took 4th place. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. I ran 3 number 1s. We don't run a lot of monsters. Number 1 bounces a card if you have another Yosenju up on the field. So it's pretty good. You can stack them too. So like say you have 1, you bring in number 2, you can normal summon again another 1 and be able to use both of their effects. It's pretty solid. I only run 2 number 2s. Number 2 just direct attacks. If you directly attack normally though, you can take the 18. If you choose to go around a monster, that's when its attack is halved, and again you can normal summon additional after that one's done. I then run the Searcher. This is a Stratos of the deck. Again, when you normal summon it, you can normal summon again in that turn. And this one, when it does damage, when you have another Yosenju up on the field, you get to search a Yosenju card. It doesn't have to be a monster, just a Yosenju card. Alright, for the non-Yosenju monsters, I run 2 Max C in the deck. With Card of Demise in here, I was really iffy about this, but it provides advantage. And you just got to play around having Card of Demise in your hand, so it's pretty simple. And then Gravekeeper's Commandant. With this version, I wanted to abuse the fact that I run 3 Necro Valleys. And these were always up on the field, but at the Altoona Regionals, they were just kind of dead most of the time. So there's a lot of cards that can be versatile around it. So I ran 1 Royal Tribute and 1 Commandment. I put these in and took out the Solemn Strikes. Solemn Strikes is very good, don't get me wrong, but your life points are just too crucial. And this is pretty much like a terraforming, but it's a 2100 beat stick, which sometimes when you run out of monsters, it's good to have that. So that was the last of the monsters, but then this is the start right here. I Royal Tributed a Dark Magician player round 3, I believe, or 2, one of the 2, for his whole hand, so that was pretty sweet. I usually sided this out with 1 Necro Valley, and then a random card depending on matchup, pretty much the whole day. I ran 3 Tensi, or Tenki, sorry, Tensi, LOL. I'll be running Tensu with the Zodiac variant of this coming up here shortly. That just searches the whole deck. The reason I wanted to run this deck was because of Cards of Demise. It just generates so much advantage. It just wins games. 3-Potted Duality. You really don't special summon. Everything's a normal summon. So, yeah, it just allows you to dig for resources that you really need. I ran 3 Cosmic Cyclones. Originally, this was Anti-Spell Fragrance, but with my draw engine, it really slowed me down when I was in Altoona. I went 4-3 there. So I just decided to main these instead, which does pretty decent. It allows you to get around like pendulum-based decks, or let's say you have a single back row to push for game, you can just kind of hit it. Now for the 1-ofs, 1 Defissure, 1 Raigeki, 1 Upstart. That's obviously just to dig more. This is for destruction, so I can OTK. And this is just, it's really good against pendulums and just other random decks. Alright, this is an aggro build for Yosenju, so I don't run really much for protection, but this won me a game against DDDs, and then I just sat there and poked with number 2 for like 3-4 turns until I special summoned into Phantasmal Dragon and just kind of went from there. Downing Mirror Force. This just clears fields, allows you to OTK. You never really have monsters up on the board, so they just kind of sit there. I run 2 Yosenju Secret Move. The key to this is to actually hold it when you're pressing for game. Like, if you're going to use it for defensively, that's fine, but you need to run L or be able to leave a Yosenju up on the field, which is actually kind of difficult to do. So I ran 3 of these originally, but I switched it to 2 just because it was really cloggy. Alright, now for the 1-ofs, I ran 1 Bottomless, 1 Warning, 1 Macro, 1 Vanity's Emptiness, and this is the other reason why I run. These are givens, obviously. But this up on the field just wins games. Nothing goes to the graveyard, so this is never destroyed. And then they can't special summon. So they essentially, both their resources are pretty much broken from the get. So this is probably like my favorite 2-card combo. They'll never come back. If anything, they'll probably destroy it. But anyway, that's the main deck. For the side deck, I ran 3 Anti-Spell. I won against round 5 against Metal Foes because I had this up on the field in number 1. I popped both the scales back and I pretty much shut them down. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. Ran 3 of those just against DDD. I did see it game 2. I actually had the macro vanities combo, and the DD player round 2 was looking at this, like, going first. So he really couldn't do anything. It's pretty sweet. I ran 3 system downs, which I'll explain later in my ABC matchup why I just didn't see them and why I lost to them. 2 Massacre Strict, just in case I saw Magic Specters, which is literally the deck's worst matchup. Everything kind of targets in here, so this just kind of messes with it. 2 Wiretap for anything back row heavy or Paleozoics, mostly didn't see them. And then one of my favorite stun cards, it's just randomly good against certain matchups, is Steigen Dirge. So I didn't decide it in at all, but then again, I didn't really see it. It wasn't necessary. All right, now for the Exceed deck, as I call it. Just kidding. Starting Utopias. I don't ever go into Utopia unless I can really kind of push for game, which I know a lot of people do. That's why I run him. You have a lot of extra deck space with just pure Yosenju, so I ran it. It allows you to go through it twice the cycle, which is not too bad. I played 2 Lightning Tajori. I only exceeded 3 times this weekend. Once was for the Utopia for game, and then once was for a Lightning Tajori, just to kind of press. It allows you to get pluses on card advantage, which is a big deal with this deck, is maintaining that card advantage. Just because in case one gets stopped, sometimes after you push for game, this kind of is just necessary. Direct attack. This wins games. This is just broken beyond broken ability. Ressala, of course. You got Emerald, just in case you need to recycle some stuff. Dweller. This Bujin, Kagutochi, whatever it's called. It just kind of to gain more advantage and kind of press, and then obviously to search for Tenki. This will probably be one of the most valuable cards in the deck once I switch to the Zodiac Kaiju build. It just allows you to get the OTK and get the Tensu to continue to push. But anyway, I got 4th. I lost round 1 to ABC. I OTK'd game 1. Games 2, and he OTK'd me. Game 3, I did not see a monster. I didn't even see a Max C. I saw nothing. So that was a pain. Rounds 2, I 2-0 Dark Magician. Nothing really to highlight there. Round 3, I 2-0 Dark Magician as well. Again, nothing really to highlight there. Oh, that was the Royal Tribute. I did a Royal Tribute and took his whole hand. Game 2, and that's the reason I won that game. That was pretty sweet. Round 4, I 2-0 DDDs, and again, I just had the nuts. I mean, when you're as a DD player, you're looking at this to start out with. After I've already exploded your board, it's kind of a pain in the butt. Then rounds 5, I 2-0'd Metal Foes, and that was pretty much it. But hit the like button and subscribe, guys.